Welcome to this short series where we are going to be playing Expedition 16, The Cursed, for No Man's Sky. This was released on the 23rd of October 2024. And before we get started, full disclosure, my original plan was to do this as a cold run and work through phase by phase. Unfortunately, due to a slight mishap with the recording of part one, I'm having to start all over again. For that reason, I've already completed everything up to the beginning of phase two, which is in some ways is going to work a little bit to an advantage, because when we're going through phase one, I'll talk about a few things that you need to do just to give yourself that little bit of an edge. Now, I haven't looked at any playthroughs. I know Jason plays. It came up on a reminder that he's already at speedrun level. So there's lots of coverage out there. This is more of a series being done for my satisfaction, but hopefully you'll enjoy watching it. I think that's probably enough of an introduction beyond what. And before we get in, just one more thing. Now, we've only got 2 weeks to do this expedition, which is quite rare. Normally we get 6 weeks. And there's speculation that the reason there's only 2 weeks is that there will be another major update before Christmas to coincide with the release of one of the new platforms. I think around November the 5th, I think. Personally, I've got no idea whether that's true or not. I mean, part of me says that we're liable to get a whole series of short expeditions running up to Christmas, because that's what normally Hello Games does. But we can only tell. The downside of the 2 week restriction means that I'm going to have to block record the videos, simply because, I haven't got the time to do them in my normal, more measured pace. So I think that's about it, guys. We might as well just come down here, select this, and we're just going to get straight in and see how well things go. So here we are on the white screen of initialization. Now, just give you a bit of background about what this mission is. It's a kind of unique one-off mission, and I'll be very curious to see whether Hello Games actually integrate any of this into the main game, because it completely changes the basic rules of the game, because the scenario is that the boundary between what you call the real world and the unreal world is breaking down. So you've got to kind of try and maintain that barrier while you're actually trying to, accomplish other objectives. We're just going to, and you can see that as we start off straight away, everything's a bit wavy and all that. And if you look on the bottom left-hand corner, you will see that there's this kind of symbol where the hazard level is this bar, and this bar is a representation of the strength between the boundary between the real. And of course, this is a planet with worms on it, but you don't need to worry about it. But the kind of wavy effect on the screen is down to this boundary effect. Now, once this intro's finished, what we're going to have to do is try and get to the ship as fast as possible. Now, yeah, there we are. So the first thing we're going to do is go here, get to first person because I can't play in third, get rid of that message. Now the first thing we got to do is get to our ship, but what you want to do straight from the get-go, you've got a working multi-tool, so we're going to come here and throw out the scan, and you want to start grabbing the resources as soon as possible. So it's going to come here, or dihydrogen, actually not hydrogen, what am I on about? You want to grab as much dihydrogen as possible all through this mission. It's a mistake I made when my first run through. I kind of didn't bother too much, and I paid the price. The other thing also, here we are, dihydrogen crystals. The other thing is, usual, you do need to get the ferrite dust as well. Much of this is possible because, of course, we've got to repair the ship. Actually, what I should be doing is getting this. Now, these things that are kind of floating around are the... That's another identified mineral. Scan that. Now, if you watch the bar, you will see that the bar on the left hand side will slowly go down. There's nothing you can do about it until we get to the ship, and because that will actually unlock the formula. I think we've got to get up over this. Looks like we've got to get over the mountain here. It's a fairly rough planet. Oops. The other thing also we need is carbon. I'm not seeing any yet, so we've got to be a little bit circumspect. Otherwise we are going to have a problem. Right, we got oh, no, didn't mean to do that. There's a ship down there. Analyze that. We will pick up the damage through. Actually, we keep the Thesium because I got a feeling we need that. Got some toxic protection, but that's irrelevant because, well, as you can see, we don't actually have any hazard protection. But we certainly want this dihydrogen. Yeah, stop telling me, game. I'll be completely upfront. This is actually a little bit better than when I started the last time. Last time the resources were pretty thin on the ground. The only one thing I'm not seeing is oxygen. There's an oxygen plant down there. Yeah, we need more carbon dioxide. I think we might. Yeah, that's it. Get these plants here. Grab these. Now, one change that has come in with this update, let's just get up actually most of it, is that the hazardous plants now actually come in different sizes. I think we're that this because we're going to need the oxygen. Yeah, the hazardous plants now actually have can have different sizes, so it's worth. So we're just going to pick those up. Let's grab this oxygen carbon here. I say, do you hear us? Oops, no, I want these. This. You. Now, when you get down to here, you can see we've got an explorer ship here we've got to repair. But I think the first place we got to get to is to get the ship come inside. That's the message. You do get these messages kind of across the front of the screen, which is a bit irritating. See, this is abandoned building, but you've got to get into here to get the first formula. So we're going to come in here, get this going. I approach the terminal on autopilot, almost as if my exosuit remembers being here before. The whole building feels like a place out of time, a fragment of another world. There are marks in the dust that lay thickly on the terminal and traces of an imprint of the glassy surface. As I lean in to examine the voice hisses from within. We swim where the crimson eye cannot see. We swim where you long to be. The glass calls to you. It's always calls to you. Shout. No one will hear you. No one will but us. And what that should do. And we've now got the new formula. And you can see that the formula itself, we come in here. It needs shattered quillia. I think that's how it's pronounced. Now the see, we're now out of time. Now if we get to the ship, we got to do the usual repairs. So if we get over here and jump in the ship, it says you cannot run from us, that you cannot hide in the stars forever. The voice hisses through your eyes, starship system, a static snarl that sends shivers down my spine. I wait, but I do not speak again. I unplug the starship communicator. I unplug the starship communicator, but it feels futile. These messages are not broadcast on any normal frequency. Now we've got to repair the ship. Now we've got to make pure ferrite. We've got to make some metal plating, which we should be able to do. We can do the first repair. Now the hermetic seal needs condensed carbon, and carbon we can do. Now there's a way now that you can give yourself a bit of a leg up, and that is if you dig down here, and what I'll show you is if you come to here, it says tunnel underground. Now if you go flatten and do this, if you watch on the bottom right hand corner, you will see that you can excavate out very, very quickly. Here, we can do it, won't take long. There we are. I'm doing it, and what this will do is if we come into here, I mean, I think we're relatively safe here. If you collect this reward, what you'll see is we get a pre-packaged refiner unit, which means, right, 3 glowing minerals, and what that means is that we can put that in there. I'm going to unpack the refining metal. We got lemon in there, which is going to be quite useful. And what that means is that we can come in here, put that in there, and we can refine that. Oops. And we can start turning out the actual. The alternative is, if you don't know about that, is that what you do is you end up making a normal refiner. So we're just gonna pick up these. We can come over here. Now what you'll see is if on the bottom right, you can see now we're now getting little diamondy things appearing. What you need to do is, oops. Now the wheelia comes from these guys. Now what you want to do is just keep hacking them and shooting them. Actually, I'm just gonna dive back into here. Now I'm not, because I just want to get in here so I can show you something about being killed. If we come to here, boundary stabilizing. Well, if you get inside a building in a ship, the boundary condition stops thing. Now what you want to do, if we come to phase 1, what we got to do is get ink stained skies. Actually, we'll click that reward, and we get an elixir of glass. Now that elixir that recharges the symbol in the bottom left hand corner, bottom left hand corner. But what we need to do is kill 16 of these guys, so you might as well do it from the get-go. There's also here you've got the edge of glass where you've got to approach the boundary limits. We're going to select that, and then what we're going to do is come out here. Actually, I got, how much ferrite dust have I got? I am going to craft some more ammunition, and we're going to go out here, and what we're going to do is plug away at the bolt caster, because you might as well just get these done very quickly from the get-go. Be careful to not to shoot the. Where are you? So you've got to kill 16 of these guys. So current boundary strength. I think actually if we go back in, we get into the ship. Okay, it's going to drop into the ship very quickly. And I think what we do is we make one of these. Yeah, I know the thruster's critically damaged, but I'm not worried about that at the moment. I want to get... And what you see... Oops. Is down the bottom here now. What you'll see is that we've now got the life support is... if we actually get in here, just want to... Just gonna recharge. We got the oxygen, got 45 of that there. Now we've got a little bit there, but if I show you the starship, we've got a repair kit. So what we need is and we can do now is make one of those. Come out here. Yeah, that there. I can't. We've got to get to a 16 by now. Wish that mission wouldn't keep flipping over. Okay, we're just going to do a... We need some pure hydrogen. We need hermetic seal. We need the pure... Here we are. How about get into here? And what we can do now is we're going to consume this. Now what you will see is that, there we are, we've created our own elixir now, and what we got to do now, get back into here, claim the reward. Oops, yeah, we'll get to that eventually. So what we got now, by doing this, what we've got is a number of pre-packaged resources, which we got here. Pre-packaged teleporter that goes in the goes into the starship, and what we've also got is an advanced mining beam. Okay, we didn't quite get to boundary strength training again. That's all right. You can see I've also healed up now. What I want to do is get out and get the... I think there's some sodium up over there, so... Whoops, just been zapped by some hazardous plants, but that's okay. I'm gonna grab this lot here. Kill these guys on the way through. What I want is some more stains sink. Yep, okay. I want to keep grabbing the ferrite dust and carbon, everything around here as much as possible. We are going to be leaving the planet as fast as possible. Another 8 seconds, and then we can leave, or prepare to leave. Up 3 more seconds. There we are. We've now reached the boundary's edge. And we can get into here. What we need to finish the ship repairs is got hermetic seal. What we need is 50 pure ferrite. I don't think we can. We have to go and get some more. There we are. So we're just going to refine the into pure ferrite on a 1-to-1 ratio. That there. We will claim the ink stained skies. That is the formula we're going to need to go through the teleporter. So it's not that important at the moment. Nowhere to leave. We're going to leave the planet. That's good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to repair this. And then rather than mess about with the hermetic seal, we're going to come here and we're going to apply the repair kit. So we've now repaired the ship, and we're just going to come out of here. And what we're going to... Oh, I didn't pick up... Well, I picked up a little bit of sodium. Now, so what we're going to do now... Now, one thing you will notice, if you get up into space... Once we get up into space... We got nowhere to run. Now, next thing you want to do is... start blasting asteroids, lots of. 1 for the tritium, 2 for the gold and silver, because we're going to need it. And what we're going to do is head for the space station. But we got somebody here, a little bit of a pile of this stuff like this. I think we've probably got 16 gold. We could probably do with that. That gives us the tritium. I'm just going to pick up a little bit more before we move on. Silver is quite important because we're going to need silver to get through some of the bits and pieces we need. Another one is chromatic metal. I don't think you can shoot these jellyfish, guys. Right, where's the space station? Right, we're going to head for the space station. And once we get into the space station, I'll give you an overview of what we got to do. And just to show you, I can't remember what do we get for lemonum. Let me just see. We put lemonum in. Yeah, we can get 375 gold. Probably don't need that amount of gold, but we'd be okay. Now we can. Now another top tip is don't use the E button to produce these. What you've got to do is produce these separately. Yeah, we need. See again. See that I collected all that dihydrogen. And we're still short anywhere, so it's now complete. Let's just see what we got in the way of rewards. So we got nowhere to run, so we can pick that up. How about there? And of course, what we're going to do is install this stuff. And we're going to need this, so actually we'll probably let's just move everything around a little bit. It's probably not. That's not very good. I'm not sure if that actually works, but install. This is the cloaking device. You might need that for other things. That gives us a little bit of extra cash. You can top up that, and we've got this here. It normally. Not sure if that actually slows it down. Maybe it's maybe that's not correct. Maybe the shielding would be a bit better. Give us a little bit of extra shield strength. Right, before we start dealing with those guys, I just want to go up here We don't need to talk to those. And what I want to do is we're going to sell that. We're going to sell that toxic thingy because we don't really need it. Now, the next thing, we don't have a lot of money, but if I just want to see what we can get. Tritium, salt, paraffinium. I was hoping for a little bit more than that, because one thing we are going to need is chromatic metal. So what we got to do now is get this formula. I'm not exactly sure. Additional ingredients and bits. So we're just going to come in here. Expeditions. We've got all this here now. Prepare the elixir of blood. So I think we can now make this. But you can see what we need is mordite and pugnium. Do that. And that's it. Yeah, when I did it the first time, I was able to get some pugnium from here so that I could literally skip forward. But at the same time, you don't want to skip forward too quickly. See what this guy's got. If not, we're going to have to go down. Paraffinium, gold, dihydrogen. Can't have 30, but I would like to get as many of these as possible so that we can get the dihydrogen. I think I'll spend all my money if I can get 13 of those. That's going to make a big difference. And what we're going to do is start turning these into, because what that will do is allow us to make some more of these things. Oops, I don't want that. I want. Right, so we're kind of prepared to go now. So what we got to do now is jazz up the ship, and we are now right in front of us is a flourishing planet with high sentinel things on it. Now what you'll see on here is that this planet has cadmium. Now we're going to need the cadmium to make chromic metal because there's no copper. So what we're going to need to do is come down into here. Now this planet is a little bit more friendlier than the last one, but it's not fantastic. Actually, there's just something else I want to do. All this there. We're just going to land here because there's another thing we can do because the planet is actually dark. And if we go to here, get there, go to here, go to become. And what you do is just look at the sky for 60 seconds. This is another very easy, quick win. And the reason I'm doing this now is the mistake I made on the first run through is that when I got past into the next phase, I found that most of the planets had massive storms on, and I really wish that I'd spent the time to do this on this planet, because you can see this is a very calm planet, so you can get a nice clear view of the sky. Also, if you look on the bottom on the left hand side, you see that the bar is dropping down. Now as that bar drops down, the speed of time gets faster. So by doing it early on a clear planet like this, you can actually there we are. So we just got that mission out the way. Now what seeing we put down here, I just want to kind of we're gonna come in here, and we got creatures over there. Now the thing about this planet is that there are some hostile creatures on it. And there was also some condensed carbon around here as well. Oh, there it is. Of course, we got the advanced mining beam, so we can take this out as well while we're at it. we can pick up this very, very quickly. Again, we just want to pick up as much of this as possible. Okay, we're just gonna kill you. And some more dense carbon there. Scan out. Right. I suppose I've probably chosen the one part of the planet where there are no hostile creatures. When I landed on this, when I was on my first attempt, I had creatures basically attacking me left, right and center, coming out of the woodwork. But we are going to spend a little bit of time stocking up on the resources, because we are going to need to make some ship fuel as well. Let me just turn that into gold. Right, we need pugnum and mordite. I do need ship fuel. What do we need for ship fuel? Metal plating. Right, I'm just gonna get, whoops, get that out of this. So all we got to do now is collect some ferrite dust to make some ship fuel. So we're just gonna run around here a little bit, pick up some graphite. Boundary strength is deteriorating again. That's it. Haha. We just made the local opposition. Ah, no, go away. Crimson. Okay. Now. I'm not sure if that's enough. We can scan these anyway. The local bug now, the barrier is breaking down again, but that's okay at the moment. We don't need to worry too much about that. I think we should have enough mordite to do what we're going to do. Let me just see. Yeah, what we need now is pugnum. Now, I'm just going to show you something else which I noticed. You get up into space. It should. Oh, yeah. Let me just. That's it. Get up into space and pulse. And then what can happen is that it will recharge your bar. So it's a kind of free landing. All right, we're over water. That's not particularly that useful. Although there is a requirement for aquatics, but I'm not exactly too sure where that actually is. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to see if we can find the main continental mass again, and what we got to do now is find some sentinels to pick a fight with. We've got a free landing point here. Ah, no. So underneath it. Haha. Okay, let me just land here. We should be able to get. That was a little bit of an overreaction, but what we should be able to do I got the reaction I was looking for, but it was a little bit more extreme. So what we should get now, if I come back into here, is we should now have the ability to make, oh wow, we've got a lot of stuff in here that I want to keep that. We'll keep the quillia. That can go into there. Multi-tool. Let's sort this out. Proto sausage. Assume that. What we can do now is we can make that. But what we do need to do. So we should now. Let's have a quick check. Yeah. I've made the elixir of blood game. Come on. It's probably because we're in combat. The game won't give us the message. Right, guys, the sentinels are a bit upset. So what I'm going to do is just wait here for them to kind of calm down a bit. They normally do all calm down eventually. Yeah, I created a little bit too much of an overreaction there. But what I will do, is there anything I can sell off? Well, I want to keep that, but I think we can sell off that. So we might as well use the trading station here. See what else we can pick up. So we're going to sell the proto sausages. Can't buy that. We've got salt. Some more dihydrogen. I'm just going to get some other 10 of these. We're going to need really large quantities of these, so go away. We will pick up the combat jar. Right, guys, the sentinels have finally calmed down. It says the anomaly, none of them real. Now, what it actually says is something I've forgotten. It says prepare the elixir of blood. It says we got to drink it. Okay, we're going to consume it. Okay, so we've now got the elixir of quicksilver. And you say additional ingredients required for there. The elixir reveals nearby portals. There we are. It says receive mysterious message. So we've now got that. Yeah, I didn't realize I had to drink it. I'd forgotten. So we've now got this. So we get. What this does is it gives us the quicksilver. Wow. Okay. Wow. Wait. And what that does is it means that we've now got to make this, which means we need chromatic metal and pure ferrite. Now, I'm just going to see if we can get any chromatic metal out of these guys. If not, we're going to have to kind of I think the pugnum is going to be okay. Right, so what we're going to need to do now is we need to find pure ferrite, and we also need to find cadmium. Now, there is cadmium on this planet. There it is. Oh wow, that's pretty good. I was expecting to spend a lot of time. Normally must feed. I was expecting to spend a lot of time actually looking for the cadmium. So what we're going to do is we'll find the cadmium deposit. There it is. Wow, it's a pretty big one as well. Oi, hello. Oh, this is pretty good. I think my first on my first attempt, I had to spend a lot of time looking for cadmium, but this is going quite really well, much as we can. Chromatic metal is a bit problematic in what, as far as I could tell. because these systems don't seem to have lots of copper in them. Right, so we're going to have the cadmium in there. That will give us 232 chromatic metal. We are going to mine up. We have to do the ferric metal the hard way. I mean, this is a pretty good pickup point, actually. Grab as much of this as possible. How much oxygen have we got? Yeah, we've got plenty of oxygen. Right, this is now finished. We got that there. How about the ferrite dust? How much ferrite? We don't have a lot of ferrite dust. Really need to pick up some more before we leave. Let's throw out the scan. Some. Bubbles, the bubbles, the bubbles. I think we've upset the local natives. Haha. Okay. We will do one of those. We don't want those guys harassing us. We've got enough problems with the local creatures. So let's get back onto here. We now should have 81 ferrite. We should now be able to make that. And what we will do is consume this. And it will tell us where the portal is. Before we leave, I just want to there we are. We've got elixir of quicksilver, which is this one. Right, we've got some inventory tabs which would be quite useful. We're going to fill in the holes because this game drives me crazy when it's got holes in it. And we got now this pre-packaged splitter is very, very important. We're going to need that as far as I can tell, because when I was looking through, well, I'll just do this and then I'll just have a little bit of a look skate round before we go to the portal, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Not really seeing a lot of stuff where hit the hazardous oxygen plant as well. Right, we're going to get back to where we got to get to, and then show you why I said that pulse splitter is very, very important. I don't know how much good it is, but and whether we might need a better weapon. But if I get back to the ship here, it looks like we've actually got to do prepare another one of our prepare another one of those. Yeah, if we get into the ship, I'll just show you. If we come to some of these later ones, we got to kill hungering tentacles. I think there's another one where we've got to what was it? Okay, well, it looks like we've actually got another reward here which you can pick up. I think this is for just running around doing something. Yeah, we got to do salvage tainted metal, which means that we've got to take down a freighter. Oh yeah, here it is. This is what I was saying about eliminate corrupt quadrupeds. So we got to do that. So there's quite a lot of combat as far as I can tell. Now, whether that is actually correct, I can't confirm 100%, simply because we done it actually. We go there just to install. Oh, this is a free takeoff. So let me just move you over there, put you there, and you got a couple of 3 pulse drive upgrades. That would be very, very useful as well. We probably could do with topping that up. Right, so I think we've now finished with this planet. So we're going to get up into space, partly for the recharge. on our kind of whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to head for the portal. You see again, because we've been in space, the portal's been recharged. Thingy's been recharged. What we will do is just put down here. Oh, looks like there might be a nice crop of sodium here. We're certainly going to get that before we leave. See, I messed up the sodium in the last when we were. Okay, so of course we got all the stuff here. We're going to go and get the sodium. Yeah, we'll do the portal in a minute. I just want to pick up all this stuff. This will make life a little bit easier. There's some condensed O2 and condensed carbon over there. Oops. We're certainly going to take that. It just makes life a little bit easier. Condensed carbon there. We've got a hazardous plant over the back there. We'll take you. The only thing we haven't got that much of is that's bubbles. That's no good. Again, we'll just grab as much of this hydrogen as possible as well. Go through the whoops, don't want that. Well, we can top that up, and we can also you up as well. And of course I'm going to go to the wrong end. I can almost guarantee it. I think it's I'll follow the trailblazers by coming here. And what we got to do now is examine the portal. The portal shimmers as it looks at it. It's never quite resting long enough for my eyes to process it fully. I must focus. I wonder, is the portal is a doorway, a seal, a passage, a cage, the elixir of blood opened the way to communicate across the boundary. Will it be key here to offer the blood? I door some of the elixirs across the plinth. The stone seems to shiver in response, if a voice calls out and resonates from deep within the rock. I follow them. I had to. You have to be. You have to. We all would. That's why we're here, after all, to discover, to see, to explore. And now it's too late. We will see it you soon. Forgive me. Open the gateway. We know what you seek, anomaly. So here we go. The portal's opening up, and eventually we can walk. And of course, what we've got to do, it says enter the portal. Aha. And away we go. So that is technically phase 1 complete. Oh, and of course, yeah, you've got to reinitialize the reality. So basically, every time you go through a portal, you have to reinitialize the reality. Okay. Yes, thank you, game. That's misleading. Your scanner isn't damaged. It's just that's the stock message you get when you initialize something. We love you. Yes, thank you. Well, where's all my Ben nanots on technology? Yeah. We are now beyond the boundary. Clear all the messages. And I'm just going to hide in here for a few minutes. You can see we've now completed beyond the boundary. What this gives us is a lot of messages about to do with the base plans. I'm not sure if you've actually got to build a base in this. So that means we've now completed phase 1 and we can claim the reward. We get boundary anomaly poster plans, portal breach poster plans, glyph poster plans. So So what we got now is we got some Herox and some Lebanon. I'm not sure what we can. We got, what's this? Combat. Oh yeah, we got a combat scope. We want to put that in. I'm kind of, let me just look at the Herox. That become, wow, yeah, we're going to take that. That solves all our silver problems. I know we could sell it for money, but at the moment we got Fecium. I don't think I'm going to turn the granite into gold. I think at the moment it's the gold and the bits and pieces. Right, let me just sort this mess out a little bit. Got that there. We're going to need to beat up more of the opposition eventually. Multi-tool. That up. Put you over there. Got that there, that there. We're going to make some more of these. Stack them up. Put the oxygen, air, dihydrogen there. We've got one of those. Got a little bit of nitrate. So this is where we are at the moment. Starship. We got lemon and got gold. We got the tritium there. We got some warp fuel which we don't need. We could do with some uranium. We've got some silver. We've got some pugnium. So just to I think this would probably be a good point to stop. So for this part, so what I'm going to do is just have a quick recap. We've now completed part 1. We've done a big chunk of part 2. Now the next fun bit is we've got to actually collect bones. Now if you look at this planet we're on, we've actually got bones, so we've got to run around now and get some bones. We've also got copper here, so we're going to need to try and pick up some copper as well, because we are going to need chromatic metal. And then the other thing we've got to do is then get this one here, and we have got to enter the second portal here. So got that there. We need this, we need this. And then we got to get the 5 storm crystals to be able to get to the elixir of blood, which is different from, this is quite important, the one that we consumed and built here is not the same as the one that we so that's the one for the first portal. The next one's got a different formula which I can't remember at the moment. Anyway, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.